Yeah, hi there. These comments, I'm going to just use your initials for privacy purposes, MA. And I am Michael Buckoff, the founder, owner, and the materials writer for all of your lessons at the 7-Step System to pass the TOEFL IBT. And you're also one of my students at California State University, San Bernardino. And you completed the pronunciation post-test in my course, also known to you as the pronunciation final exam. And if I remember correctly, you're going to read 3 paragraphs, you're going to answer 3 personal experience questions, and then I'm going to give you an intelligibility score and also a grade for this particular class, at least for this assignment. All right, so you say,
they tend to stand a specific distance apart. Each person has an invisible boundary around his or her body, into which other people may not come. If someone pierces this boundary,
you want to say into which other people may not come.
She or he will feel uncomfortable and move away to increase the distance.
Usually we say they're uncomfortable. Uncomfortable.
Between them. The major exception is family members and other loved ones.
Okay, you're making an effort to vary your tone. This is good. You're not perfect, but you're speaking fairly naturally.
This personal distance is not due to body odor or bad breath, but because closeness lends a sense of intimacy that is at odds with the relationship to the other individual.
Usually with this particular word, we say intimacy. So it lends a sense of intimacy that is at odds with the relationship to the other individual. Now, something else that you're doing is sentence rhythm. You're putting more stress on the nouns, adjectives, adverbs, and verbs. That's also good. Your rhythm and your tone is improving. So the next paragraph.
Interestingly, the average personal distance varies from culture to culture. Americans tend to require more personal space than in other cultures. Therefore, if you try to get too close to an American during your conversation, he or she will feel that you are in his face and will try to back away. Try to be aware of this.
Okay.
So, if the person to whom you are speaking backs away a little, don't try to close the gap.
I like how you said there backs away, not backs away, but backs away a little. That's called blending. So you're making an effort to blend some of the sounds within certain thought groups.
Also, try to avoid physical contact while you are speaking, since this may also lead to discomfort.
Okay.
Touching is a bit too intimate for casual acquaintances, so don't put your arm around his or her shoulder. Don't touch his or her face or hold his or her hand. Shaking hands when you initially meet or part is acceptable, but this is only momentary.
So in this case, I would say here this word is intimate. Intimate and casual. Casual acquaintances.
My best friend's name is Saud. And actually he's important to me because
so now you're going to answer 3 specific questions that gives me more information about your speaking and your pronunciation of American English.
Because we have been friends since we were children. In addition,
I like your use of the present perfect.
We always assist each other. For instance, before I came to the United States, he encouraged and promoted me by giving tips and money. He was studying in Canada for a while. Therefore, his tips have been really helpful to me.
Good transition word, therefore.
In 5 years, I would be working in a huge company as a CFO. CFO is chief finance officer. I will be controlling the money for the company. I will struggle to increase the revenue and diminished expenses. Even more, I will evolve the payments method
Maybe even more, I'd probably use furthermore there instead of even
to
more.
be easier and faster. Before I came to United States, I had been working for almost 3 years. When I started
Let me listen
to
to
work,
that again. Hold on
I
one
was
more second.
more. I will evolve the payments method to be easier and faster. Before I came to United States, I had been working
Wow. The past perfect progressive. Before coming to the United States, I had been working.
for almost 3 years. When I started to work, I was working in a branch as an
Okay.
assistant accountant. In 10 months,
Now, I think you said the word branch, right? Let's go back to that. That's a good vocabulary
I was
word.
working in a branch as
Yeah, branch is in a small part of a company. So you have a big company, you have a smaller part of the company located elsewhere. Good word, good
as an
vocabulary word.
assistant accountant.
You know, say as an assistant accountant.
In
Accountant.
10 months, I got promotion as accountant.
I would say I got promoted, not or I got a promotion. So depending on how you want to use it, I got promoted or I got a promotion.
In the head office. Then in a year, I became executive accountant.
Executive. I became executive accountant.
Eventually, I had 5 offers from different companies.
Wow.
Therefore, I believe that in 5 years, I will be CFO.
Wow. Sounds
Spring
like you're
is
a
the
real
best season
smart guy.
because all the flowers bloom and all the trees and grass become green and everything is beautiful. It's never too hot or too cold. It's always just right. And when it's too hot, there is always a little breeze. All the birds tweet in the morning. That's the first thing I wake up to, and it makes my day off to a good start.
All right.
Moreover, I can sit outside and read a nice book while all the neighborhood kids play and people walk their dogs. Therefore, spring is the best season to me ever.
Okay. Let's go ahead and go over your score now. I'm actually pretty pleased with your response. You're speaking fairly naturally. I see you making an effort with your sentence rhythm. You're putting, for the most part, appropriate word stress in the multisyllabic words. Okay, so looking over here at the intelligibility rubrics, I'm going to put you in the 4 range. I'm going to put you right at the beginning of 4. 4.1 out of 7. I'm going to put you at high intermediate level in your speaking abilities. You have obvious accent variations and pronunciation variations, but they don't interfere with understanding. They're not very distracting. You use a variety of grammatical structures. You can respond to questions with sustained connected discourse. You have varied vocabulary. So that's great. And hold on a second, I got to get a pen here. Okay, so I'm going to put here 4.1 out of 7. Now the next question is, what is the score you're going to get for your TOEFL class? So 4.1 is going to put you at 93% on the pronunciation final exam, so very well done on your part. Now the next thing is, what are some lessons, some things that you can work on that can help you to improve your pronunciation, which means from where you are now, you can get even better. Okay, so in the pronunciation area, I do have some suggestions. I'd like you to take a look at, I think you're doing well in many areas. One area you can improve in is thought groups and blending, lessons number 41, 42, 43, and also 44. Alrighty? Anyway, thank you very much for completing this practice test, and good luck to you.